I'm very proud of all of you, and you can be proud of yourselves. You are playing your part in making guiding a great and wonderful thing. You girls are training yourselves to be the splendid, fine women for the future. And you are not only, as I say, in a family, but we are really more what you might call a team. And in any team, it is every player that matters and counts. You are members of the most gigantic and wonderful team that has ever been known, of young people drawn together, playing together, working together, all wearing the same uniform, sharing the same activities, keeping the same law, abiding by the same promise, and all of us working together in a great, big, wonderful world team.
For over a century, the Girl Guides has been the world's largest movement dedicated to girls and young women. Representing 10 million girls in 150 countries, their mission is to develop girls' full potential as global active citizens. Today, one of the greatest challenges facing our planet is global warming. The Girl Guides are playing their part in meeting this challenge, as well as many others, such as ending violence and campaigning for gender equality and the good standard of education for all. So in 2015, when the United Nations defined a set of Sustainable Development Goals aimed at securing a better future for all, the Girl Guides embraced them wholeheartedly. End hunger. Ensure healthy lives and promote well-being. Ensure quality education for all. Achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Take urgent action to combat climate change. These are just a few examples.
So everything started with a guy called Lord Baden-Powell. He was a British Lieutenant General, and in 1907 he took 22 boys to Brownsea Island, camping, where they would kind of train in trekking, knot tying, things like that. And 2 years later he organized a rally, a meeting here in London in Crystal Palace, and guess what? The girls showed up. And he was a bit of surprised, especially knowing what year it was. It was 1907. It was not really a thing for girls just to show up. And he was like, hey, who are you? And they were like, hey, we are Girl Scouts. I was like, no, wait, there's no such thing as Girl Scouts. Well, there is, here we are. I think it was quite a shock for him. And I think that probably at the beginning he didn't really know what to do with the girls. So he asked his sister Agnes to help him with the girls. A few years later, Lord Baden-Powell went on a world tour, and there on a ferry he met Olave. Olave was his big love, and they got married shortly after. And Olave shared the same passion about scouting with him and guiding, and kind of took over from Agnes. And that's where Olave Baden-Powell, who later on became the chief guide, started to write Girl Guiding, Girl Scouting history.
The movement welcomes everyone, not forgetting the handicapped. The chief guide, Lady Baden-Powell, spends a day at the camp and makes a point of chatting with the overseas visitors.
It was 100 years ago, so and imagining that was still time of like having only boys' schools and schools only for girls and things like that. It was a place where girls could actually do everything that boys could do, but also there was an opportunity to actually be involved in what we would call today the active citizenship. And that was the place which I still think it's important, and it still is today, a place where every girl, every young woman or a woman can be herself. It's a place to gain new skills. It's a place to learn about yourself. It's a place to grow, to be yourself, to talk about your dreams, to reach for your dreams if you want. And today we have more than 10 million Girl Guides and Girl Scouts around the world. So I'm one of 10 million, and we are in 146 countries around the world. And then knowing that we are such a big organization and such a big movement, we reach for the stars. And that doesn't matter whether you are from here, from Europe, or maybe from Africa, or Asia, or US, or North America, or anywhere around the world.
Camera roll, action.
So the five of us come from three of the different regions for the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts. Obviously, we're all very different. We have some things in common in our associations and some things that are different, of course. So Chanda, do you mind talking to us a bit about what guiding looks like in Cambodia?
Yes, I'm Chanda. I'm from Cambodia, from Asia Pacific region. The program try to help girls to take a lead in community and keep girls to school and equal gender. Because in Cambodia, most of the girls not really finish university or high school, because our culture, they put man is a first priority, because a man who have the family in the future to earn money back, and women work at home. So the organization try to change perspective of the community to see that girl can do everything like boy, and at the same time this organization make the girl feel confident their own self and change the world that they want.
This interview was filmed at the Pax Lodge. It's the best place to go if you want to meet Girl Guides or Girl Scouts from all around the world.
So Pax Lodge is one of the 5 world centers that the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts has around the world. There are 4 others, one in Mexico, one in Switzerland, one in India, and one in Africa. But this one here in London is a place where strangers soon are friends. It's a place where we run different WAGs initiatives, where we run different programs of our World Association, a place where people can meet other guides and scouts from around the world. It's a place where new friendships blossom. It's a place where you can attend different programs, different activities. I think the big part of what a World Center does, not only Pax Lodge but also the others, is also providing volunteer opportunities for girls and young women from around the world. So there are opportunities for maybe 2 or up to 9 months when you can come and volunteer here.
Yeah, we have some Girl Guides from Canada and some from the United States, some Scouts, and some from Australia. We did a pinning ceremony at the flagpole this morning, so that was really nice.
The honor and dignity of Pax Lodge.
The honor and dignity of Pax Lodge.
So that's part of the morning duties, is putting up the flag and doing pinning ceremonies.
I still have my brownie. My brownie. We don't look. Don't lose your temper.
I'm Andy from Mexico. We are called Guías de Mexico. We have only girls. We are from the Western Hemisphere region. I think we focus on lots of things, like to have the full potential of a girl as a citizen, as a girl. You'll have maybe a community project, but also you will talk about nuts. You'll plant a tree. Maybe you will talk them about what wax is all around the world, so they learn history, they'll learn community projects, well, how to develop that. So I think we're focused on lots of things, not only on one, also education, like everything is important to us.
Interesting.
Yeah. What about Nigeria?
I'm Otunaya from Nigeria, and I'm from the African region. And basically what we focus on is education, self-esteem, which is the framing, and the violence, which is one of the most rampant issues in Nigeria. And basically what we do is we invest governor's wife in each state to work with every school. So we kind of working in a curriculum that is going to put guiding in each school, whereby we have an hour or two where people can actually go through the guiding activities, and we have leaders in the school, like the teachers. Each part of them are guides there. So you have teachers who's going to be training kids over there, and we have issues like violence, which is rampant in the northern parts, and all these issues have been like worked on when people actually send their messages, like videos, like we kind of do the campaign on social media so that people from all over the world will know that this is what is happening in the country.
It means the whole world to me for girls to be truly and genuinely valued, because when girls are valued, they will have the right to live free from violence and fear of violence.
We also work on the rural areas to empower the girls to actually go to school, because some of them don't have the opportunity, so we try to raise funds to make sure some of those kids, the ones that are very good and even the ones that are interested in going to school, actually have the capacity and the ability to do that.
They'll have the right to equal education and will be given a voice. They'll grow up to become agents of change, because when women speak, half of the world speaks. Girls are valuable.
So how about Costa Rica?
Yeah, I'm Helen from Costa Rica, and we are a few of the countries that we have both world associations in one, so we have scouting and guiding in one association. All the groups are mixed, boys and girls from 7 years old, and we focus on hands-on projects, community service and outdoors activities. We have all in common, like from guiding and scouting around the world, the international friendship to leave the world like a better place. What about Canada?
Most of what we focus on is kind of citizenship, environmental protection, because Canada is such a big place. We really encourage each girl and woman to be like a steward to the environment and help take care of it. We also focus a lot on outreach to young people in our community and how we can support them, but also internationally. So doing a lot of fundraising, a lot of trips, just a lot of initiatives to try to help out others who need some support around the world. So trying to use our privilege in Canada to support others who don't have the same rights and equalities that we are fortunate to have.
Camping under the stars, learning how to live outdoors.
I love being part of something bigger.
At Girl Guides, we help take care of the environment.
This is the only world we've got.
So it kind of seems like a lot of the things that we have in common in our countries are definitely empowerment. We're definitely all trying to work towards equality and get equity for the young women in our communities. Yes. And not only making them strong as individuals, but also encouraging them to go forward and be kind of agents of change in their communities and in the world.
Yeah. True.
Yay, us!
Yeah. Yes.
In Portugal, the Girl Guides are doing some great things as well.
A Associação Guias de Portugal é uma associação feminina que foi criada há 86 anos. Nós seguimos os ensinamentos de Baden-Powell e somos baseadas no movimento que ele fundou e que trabalha sobretudo a educação não formal com as raparigas portuguesas. Somos cerca de 5.000 guias, distribuídas pelas pequenas unidades locais que são as companhias. E cada companhia trabalha de forma muito próxima com as suas comunidades locais, com as instituições locais, com as associações locais e, portanto, cria relações muito importantes com a comunidade e as guias são muitas vezes chamadas para ajudar e para colaborar em iniciativas locais. Nestes 86 anos de história, há milhares de histórias de impactos que as guias conseguiram criar. Eu diria mesmo que o impacto nas raparigas será aquele que é o maior, porque as raparigas têm a oportunidade de desenvolver imensas capacidades que de outra forma talvez não conseguissem ser tão bem trabalhadas pelos contextos. As guias trabalham muito o contexto não formal, portanto o relacionamento com o outro, o trabalho em equipa, a vivência da natureza e do ambiente, a questão da distribuição de tarefas e das responsabilidades desde cedo, aprender fazendo, portanto um sem número de capacidades que acaba por
desenvolver na rapariga uma consciência também da sociedade muito diferente. E as guias, tendo como objetivo a formação de cidadãs, vai trabalhando todos os temas dos ODS de forma muito transversal. Obviamente que há coisas que vamos trabalhando mais, a consciência para o ambiente também, porque vivemos muito em campo, na natureza, mas também a parte mais relacionada com a educação e obviamente depois com a igualdade de género, sendo um movimento feminino. Há uma consciência muito grande para a existência destes objetivos e para os temas que eles trabalham. O Ter Mãos Grandes, por exemplo, consistiu em apoiar projetos em 3 países dos PALOP que queriam precisamente apoiar a educação e a literacia das populações, portanto que é também um dos objetivos do desenvolvimento sustentável. O fim do projeto consistiu numa ida de uma patrulha de guias a Moinho, a Cabo Verde, para durante uma semana estarem a trabalhar numa comunidade em Cabo Verde com a própria população local no âmbito da educação das crianças mais jovens, utilizando o método guiadista. E agora, mais recentemente, assim, o grande projeto será o Vozes contra a Violência, inserido no Stop the Violence da WEG, que trabalha muito especificamente o Objetivo 5, que trabalha exatamente sobre a questão da igualdade de géneros. No entanto, este projeto também acaba por cruzar com outros objetivos, nomeadamente com o Objetivo 10, que pretende reduzir as desigualdades sociais, económicas e políticas, e também o Objetivo 16, que quer criar uma maior paz e justiça e reduzir significativamente todas as formas de violência.
Girls in every country across the world are being subjected to many forms of violence. This is wrong and must stop.
At the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts, we believe that the best way to prevent violence is through education. And so we've teamed up with UN Women to develop Voices Against Violence, a curriculum that can be used with both girls and boys from when they are young to develop healthier attitudes towards gender and relationships. Through age-appropriate activities such as games, role plays and discussions, children and young people learn to recognise and challenge gender-based discrimination and violence and speak out in their communities.
We're building a global movement of people who believe that violence against girls is an injustice, that we've stayed silent for too long.
Então, eu acho que as guias são uma atividade determinante para a formação de jovens mulheres porque vemos cada vez mais que a sociedade precisa de renovar valores. E eu acho que uma criança, quando entra nas guias, a partir dos 6 anos, começa a construir uma história. E essa história é construída através de valores como a tolerância, o respeito pelo outro, o compromisso, a lealdade. E nós aprendemos aqui a superar-nos. Muitas vezes são-nos feitas propostas no nosso dia-a-dia e que nós vamos um bocadinho com medo. E eu acho que, pelo menos a mim, sempre me foi incutido, através das guias, que eu vou conseguir sempre, porque eu tenho sempre alguém ao meu lado que me motiva a isso. Dá-nos força, eu acho. Uma mensagem muito importante que as guias passam também é que nós temos um lugar seguro onde conseguimos alcançar todo o nosso potencial e ser aceitos como somos. Não há medos aqui, não há vergonhas, aprendemos a quebrar preconceitos e a saber trabalhar com qualquer pessoa que possa aparecer na nossa vida. Nós aqui aprendemos também o que é que são sentimentos e o que é gostar de alguém, porque nós ganhamos irmãs. Essas pessoas são pessoas que nos acompanharam ao longo da nossa vida, no meu caso desde os 6 anos, e que se calhar experienciaram comigo alguns dos meus maiores sucessos ou fracassos e que me sabem apontar os meus pontos fortes e fracos, e pensamos nelas como pessoas que temos que cuidar.
The Girl Guides has been a huge part of so many girls' lives, and what they've been doing throughout the years wouldn't fit in this 20 minutes. Together with the United Nations and many other organizations, such as the Scouts movement, the Girl Guides educate young people and prepare them for a better future, at the same time as they work to leave this world a little better than they found it. Sounds cliché, but it's entirely true.
It doesn't seem quite right that it should be our last with you. Come next September, we will remember our camping days and friendships through. And as the years go by, I think of you inside. It's just good night and not goodbye.